Good evening and welcome to the bottom line. And I really mean the bottom line. It's been a while since I've been on, but I'm happy to be back. Last week, I know you had a great show. Every week's been a great show about the bottom line. The bottom line is a news show that you can use. Cable Channel 28. Every Monday night from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., you can see the bottom line. We got news that you can use. We got health. We got sports. We got the round table, we got That's Crazy, we got all the information you need up and down the state, and then we talk about politics. Tonight we're going to have a special tonight. We're going to talk about the presidential election and what's going on to inform you so that you can make the right choice. But remember, when you go to your church, you go to your civic meetings, make sure that people have cable channel 28 so that you can see us live, and we can give you information. We can make announcements about what's going on in your community, your events, your churches. So if you don't have cable, your other friends, you watching got cable, but your friends who don't have it, this is the way we can communicate up and down the state in Wilmington, Newcastle, Delaware City, Smyrna, up and down the state. Tell your church preachers to tell everybody to get cable channel 28 so that we can communicate together on this particular channel so you know what's going on. You got the presidential races coming up. You got the governor's race coming up, lieutenant governor. You got the state treasurers. You got Senate races, state rep races. You got the mayor races, city council, county council. You need to know what's going on in your neighborhood, and right here at the bottom line is where you can do it. Before I get into going to the news with that guy, Ty Johnson, Reverend Ty, I'm just going to give you a few updates. Number one, recently down in Dover, I passed a bill last week related to security guards, and what we did in that particular bill, we reduced the age from being a security guard from age 21 to 18. Why did we do that? We want to allow people to have more opportunity to have jobs. The other thing we did, if you had one or two misdemeanors that you had, we erased those from your record so that you can apply and be a security guard. That's just another avenue to give you additional chances, opportunity to get jobs. We try to create jobs. Next, we want to make sure that we get this study done at the Port of Wilmington so that we can bring in those 17,000 jobs. So all we need to do is finish the environmental study to say that that particular land is a clean envelope where we can conduct business. Now, there needs some more people to get involved. I want to make sure that you call Governor-elect John Carney. You know, he's running to be governor. Anybody running from Karen Stewart Weldon, from all you lieutenant governor candidates, from all the mayor candidates, to get them on board with this project with the Port of Wilmington. We need to fast track this thing so that we can stay competitive in this market to bring in 17,000 new jobs. Now, when anybody asks you for their vote, you ask them, what are they going to do for you? Do you support the port expansion? Do you support jobs for Wilmington? Do you support Wilmington having this old school district and redistricting down from 4 districts to 2? You got to talk about things that matter to you. You can't always just give somebody your vote and say, I hope they do the right thing. You got to stay on top of it. Next, I want to make sure that we're going to make an announcement for City Council person Hanifa Shabazz about a meeting she's going to have. But I'm going to stop right there, and I'm going to throw it over to my news guy. When we come back, I'm going to be joined by that Republican, Reverend Cal Brown, and I'm going to have that young guy, Shaquem. See, I got to get him in. We're going to bring Ty Johnson back over here, and we're going to talk about this presidential race and why Hillary should win, why Hillary should win, why Hillary should win. You know, I'm trying to get some people amped up here. But we're going to talk about Donald Trump, what he's doing. We're going to talk about Bernie, whether you feel the burn. And we're going to talk about all those Republicans, although they can't win. So stay tuned for the bottom line. We're going to go to a short break. When we come back, Ty's going to give us an update on news happening throughout Delaware and this whole region.
Bless you, everybody, everywhere. We thank you. This is the bottom line. And I don't care what State Representative Potter said. I love that Republican Reverend Cal Brown. You understand? I love him. And we're going to have an interesting conversation tonight. So I'm telling everybody in the control room, thank you all for doing what you do, but don't forget to put up their special. Incidentally, If you're thinking about voting, you ought to vote. You ought to be thinking about, what have you done for me lately? Do not vote for folks just because they show up at your church. Don't vote for somebody just because they're showing up and it's time for you to cast your vote. Vote for individuals who you know have been seriously trying to impact your community in the way that you think it should grow. Not go, but grow. Amen. And incidentally, yours truly has already announced that I'll be running for city council at large. And I'm looking. Look, I need you all. Don't play no games. Do not play any games. I'm going to tell you like Michelle Obama told us when she was here. The race is not over until Barack takes the oath. Understand me when I tell you. When I say I'm running for city council at large, oh, Ty, you can get that, everybody know. No, no, no. It's not over until I take the oath and they officially say, you are City Councilman Tyrone C. Johnson at large. Now, talking about how do you get in this process, I want you to see Carmen Brown. Why? Because Carmen Brown has an initiative now where she is training folks on how to register folks. You know, we haven't had that since the late Mae Jarman and the Eminem Moyer, the Moyer folks were doing it, and they did a bang-up job. Now, somebody else may be doing it, I just may not know. I can't know everything, but I do know this. If you call 377-7883, 302-377-7883, ask for Sister Carmen. Say, Carmen, Sister Brown, I'd like to become a registrar. I'd like to get in your class. That's awesome. When a lady steps up, she's not getting paid for this, y'all. She is not getting paid for this. She's going to be training folks on how to register folks so that they can vote. That means she knows the rules. She's taking her time. And she called me. She said, Elder, I saw your name. You've registered for real. Of course, Carm, I've registered for real. Well, who's running against you? Let's stop that lie right now. Ty Johnson is not running against anybody. I'm running for the people. I'm not running against nobody. I'm running for the people. And I'm still running for Jesus. Oh, Lord, I got to do the news. But if y'all want me to talk for you, you got to vote for me. All right? It's enough of that. But I'm not running against nobody. I'm running for the people. We're going to change the language. We're going to change the game. It's a game changer right here. I'm telling you. Look, the anti-violence program is up and on the way. Sad to say, we've had almost 4 shootings. Understand, 2 people were shot, Franklin Street, almost the same place. Where is WPD? Where's Mr. Ramsey? What's going on? Talk to me. Talk to me, somebody. Talk to me. Now, young man was shot over on the east side, in the eye. I understand another person was shot. I don't know if it was homicidal, right in the area where we're meeting to bring down violence. Department of Human Services, Connections, the Porter Service Center, Dwight L. Davis, President of the Civic Association, Karen Turner, all of us meeting on Fridays, meeting to discuss, even the little boxer, Brother D showing up, young brother, wants to know, how do we come together to curb, eradicate this senseless violence and the senseless gun violence? Don't give up. You give out, you give in, but you do not give up. Amen? Now, if you want to join this effort, we're going to be this coming Friday at 10 o'clock. We're going to be at the Northeast State Service Center right there on Jessup Street. Write it down, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, Northeast State Service Center. We're coming together to talk about how we can curb some of this violence over in the Vanderbilt Avenue area. And that's Captain Shaquille O'Neal's, Fahim. Did I say Shaquille O'Neal? I'm thinking about, he was a cop too. He was, y'all do know that he was, yeah. But we're not talking about him. We're talking about Fahim. Akil Fahim. Amen. Now, he's prayerfully he'll be there. That's his quadrant. We're looking forward to seeing all of you all on Friday, 10 o'clock, at the Northeast State Service Center. Now listen, social workers getting in the game, and we need some social workers in the game. Tomorrow, the NASW, National Association of Social Workers, having their annual conference. It's going to be held at Wilmington University, the Dover campus. It all starts at 9 o'clock under the leadership of Dr. Marlene Saunders. And I understand she's invited the Secretary Rita Landgraf to come. She's going to have some words. Amen. So if you hadn't got your tickets or you hadn't registered, call down and see if you can get to come. You'll learn about how valuable it is to have social workers in this fight. We need social workers in this fight. Why? Because social workers look at the behavior of folks when they're in a group. They also look at the psychosis of what goes on behind the scene. They don't just look at an individual just because they're dressed a certain way, just because their pigments just happen to be a certain color. They look at circumstances. They look at cultures. They look at fads. They look at behaviors. They look at family environments. They look at everything. Good God Almighty. You need to be there tomorrow. NASW, National Association of Social Workers, doing their thing. Super Tuesday. Woo! That's tomorrow. News Journal is sponsoring Super Tuesday, and I understand the mayor has refused to debate. That's his right. He's the mayor, right? But the other 6 candidates will be there. They're going to be at the Grand Opera House tomorrow. If you don't have any tickets, you might be in trouble. It all starts at 6 o'clock. It's at the 6:30 at the Grand Opera House tomorrow night, Super Tuesday, right here in Wilmington, Delaware. We're going to see 6 candidates who want to be your mayor, who want to be my mayor. They're coming out tomorrow night. This is the bottom line, baby. It's Super Tuesday tomorrow night. Incidentally, remember how we used to do something called Peace on the Streets? No banging, just hanging with God. And we would say for 7 days, if you call yourself a man, straight up. If you call yourself a woman, straight up. If you call yourself righteous, then put that blunt down. Yeah, put that lick down. Put that snort down. Put that needle down and put that smoke down for 7 days. I dare you. Put it down and choose God. We're not saying choose my God, his God, her God. Choose a God of your understanding for 7 days. Give it to him. Give it to him. And they say, look, no gang banging, no shooting. I'm going to get a joker a pass. No shooting. No banging, just hanging with God. Well, the Culture for Peace has picked it up, and they're calling it the Delaware Peace Week. And they want you to join them in celebrating the first Delaware Peace Week, a variety of events, exhibits. They got concerts going on, and all this is going on September the 18th through the 25th. They're calling it the Delaware Peace Week. Y'all go ahead now. And I also heard that we got a bunch of preachers now, got something called the Singing Preachers. Need not tell you that the boys from Hollywood, not Hollywood, started that whole Singing Preachers years ago, packed the Grand Opera House twice, and Christians don't sue Christians, so I'm going to let y'all have that. Go on with your Singing Preachers self. We talking about Pastor Aaron Moore. We talking about the Bishop Will Moore, and a bunch of them call themselves the Singing Preachers. Them preachers can sing too. Incidentally, it's time for me to wrap it up. If I miss some news, I'm sorry. Charge it to my head and not my heart. I love y'all. And if nobody told you they love you, I love you. That's the bottom line. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to back it up right up on over there to that round table. Shaheem is in the house. That Republican, Reverend Cal Brown, he's in the house. And the state rep is in the house. Come on, man, take that break.
Hello, and welcome back to The Bottom Line, and that's the bottom line. I'm joined here by my good friend to my left, that Republican, Reverend Cal Brown. Trump supporter. I'm joined by Shaquem. I ain't gonna say what's up, supporter.
No, before
and
you- before you
Reverend
do
Ty
that,
Johnson.
man.
Yes.
We gotta say happy birthday.
Oh yeah, happy birthday to Shaquem, not Shaheem. Shaheem on Mondays, right? Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, when you were just mentioning you had a taste,
A food tasting.
Tell us a little bit about that before we get into
Oh,
politics.
gosh. So I did a taste and sip at the Artist Avenue station. Shout out to my boy Jason. I rented out that space, and pretty much we're in the hopes of starting some type of food venture.
There you
And we
go.
wanted to get a couple different people's opinion on the type of different dishes that I make.
You made.
I cook.
You cook.
I cook, and I'm
God.
also a great bartender as well. But that's on another.
That's another show. So bring some food and we'll see if you really can cook.
I could definitely do that. We
Okay.
cooked about 20 people came and showed up. And it literally we was only accepting about up to 25 people. And the reason why is because we wanted to have it a small intimate setting just to
Right.
see what people's opinions were on the different dishes. It ran over very well.
Great.
It was just it was awesome experience. We are actually planning on doing it again, either late spring or early summer. So
Is that a birthday look there? Looks right inspiring. Looks right
See,
inspiring.
what had happened was I got sick and tired of all this hair. See, you got sick and tired of this hair.
Oh yeah, that's right. You can cut it down.
You had
huh?
to trim it
Yeah.
on down and
Got a
get
whole
this
new
little.
look, little braid,
Yeah.
look. Got the points in there.
You know what I forgot? First of all, this is the guys' night out at the Bottom Line. Last week, the women said they were taking over. So with Nicole, we went poof. Janine, poof. Renee, poof.
Brittany.
poof. Abundance,
Yeah.
poof. It's all guys, right? Well, we missed them tonight. Mostly all of them got speaking engagements tonight.
Which is
you know,
wonderful.
which is
Yeah.
wonderful,
Which is
isn't it?
wonderful.
So that just tells you people watch the show. They want any one of us to come out and speak. We'll do it
Yeah.
for the community.
Definitely.
So you want to make an announcement? Let me just bring it up for.
Please do.
See how good I'm getting on this stuff right here, Ty. You're not down with this, right?
Not too
Yeah.
much, no.
So
no.
this
But
announcement
I
is
know
made
him.
for who?
I don't have to
All
be
right.
down. I know him.
So this is on behalf of City Councilwoman Hanifa Shabazz,
Who's watching the show?
who definitely is watching the show. And shout out to Miss Hanifa again. Love you so much. Thank you for your support with our relief efforts for Flint, Michigan.
yes.
So we'll definitely be reaching back out to you, and hopefully the city of Wilmington can get on board
Oh,
this
he
time.
licked you, boy.
But
That's
anyway.
boot licking there. Yeah, there. I need you now. Get that thing right.
Come on now.
That's all right, boy.
So-
We did a lot of that too now.
So she will be presenting. Presenting to the committee of the whole.
What's that, CDC thing?
Yes.
The CDC report?
CDC report.
You know what the CDC report is about declaring that Wilmington, the shootings and what's going on is actually a public health problem.
An epidemic.
An epidemic.
An epidemic.
And she was the one who requested that the CDC come in. And what certain folks were privy to the report. And I believe now she's going to make that report public.
And what day is that going to be? It's on there. She's going to make that report,
On March 16th.
which is today's the 14th. That's
So it's Wednesday.
So that's going to be Wednesday. Does it
Wednesday.
say where?
It does not say where.
It should be at City Council. I believe that's right around 5:30 or 6 o'clock on Wednesday, a committee of a whole. So you should go down there, you know, with all the shootings and all the other ill effects that take place with not having employment, lead, paint in the houses and homes that cause different reactions in the mind.
Can I say one thing on that?
Sure.
This whole thing about the killings and the shootings and stuff, I honestly don't believe that it has something to do solely with a psyche or psychological reasoning. I mainly think that it's due to parents not being parents. There is no type of role models for the people who are coming up. Because if you look at it, there's one main area where most of this stuff happens.
It's about, well, there's about 7 different hotspots.
Yes, but it's a main area. Most of the action happened in central points. And if you think about it, it's either down bottom, which is, you know, down by Pine Street and or over on West Side on 7th Street or Broome Street or, you know, there's certain central areas. Like if you say I'm going over here, that might freak somebody out because look, I already know about that spot. Like it's I believe that honestly it's no type of direction for some of these people that are on the street, so therefore they look for direction elsewhere.
Well, let me just comment. City Councilwoman just texted me, and the meeting's going to be in the council chambers on Wednesday night at around 5:30. But I think you got different parts of the puzzle. If you're coming up as a young person and you're in an area where lead is, it's going to affect your mind and how you think and do certain things. I think all of these are cause and effects, and it starts, if you had more parents being parents that are hanging out with their children, then it would have a lot to do with how people are being raised and the different things that they do. So I understand your point where you see it. That's good, what you see. And I know you see something different, Reverend.
I'd see some of what Shaquem.
Yes.
Shaquem, he made a good point about the parents. I think it's the fabric of society, the home, and what has happened is that the culture has changed.
That's correct.
The music, the diets changed, just the culture in general, and those things have affected the behavior patterns. It's like the other day I seen the squirrel.
Okay.
Now you would say, what does the squirrel got to do with what we're talking about?
Okay.
The squirrel been eating trash. So he's not just getting nuts no more. So he's eating chicken, he's eating different types of food out of, and they're behaving different.
Okay.
The squirrel wasn't scared. He's
So what was he doing?
He was just chilling. Just
He was chilling,
The
huh?
squirrel was on the step. He had got some chicken out of the trash can.
You have a cigarette in his hand?
No, he had a cigarette.
Not yet. Not yet.
And,
Got chicken.
I mean, I just observed the pattern of the squirrel, and it had a different demeanor.
Did it?
And you know, and I'm saying, what was his natural diet that made it consist of berries and nuts, and now they're eating processed food out of trash cans.
Okay.
And that's affecting, and just like we come up with Earth, Wind, and Fire, a lot of love music, a lot of music about power and struggle. They got Future, they got Meek Mill, they got Nicki Minaj.
So you're saying that the body, we're consuming it, people are consuming
Elijah
so
Muhammad
much
wrote a
different.
book in the 70s, say you are what you eat. And when you consume, whatever you consume, it'll begin to flesh out in your behavior, in your appearance.
But I hear what you're saying, and I want to just jump in because you're saying that in observing the squirrel's behavior was actually transformed, and you saw that the squirrel became more aggressive.
More aggressive.
And you're saying that
you know, you throw something at a squirrel, he
and
run.
the squirrel run. They don't run no more.
They don't run.
He
Well, I
said, you
see
better
this-
back up.
Yeah, I went back in the house because he
well-
was going to eat that chicken on my step.
Regardless.
Until he said, listen, you come
And
out
look,
here and get a
And,
little
and
something
normally
too.
you wouldn't see that kind of behavior unless you threatened the squirrel's family.
Yes,
But
right.
you know what's good
See what
about
I'm saying?
this? Because we're going to switch gears. Wednesday night is important to get to the chambers meeting and the council of a whole, and we got to congratulate City Councilwoman Hanisba Shabazz on bringing the CDC report here so that you can really analyze the cause and effects of what's taking place. But we got another cause and effect, and Ivan, I want him to queue up in the production room because this person definitely must have been eating something or smoking something the way he's been acting, and that's Donald Trump. So Ivan, if we can run a little few things about what's going on with Donald Trump. And we're going to have a discussion on this presidential race, not only Trump, but we're going to start with him to see what's going on with all these different events he's having and how people are acting. So he's going to run some footage, and then we're going to come back and talk to you all our audience out there about what's going on. Get out of here. Get out of here. Punch him in the face. I'll pay the legal fees. I know he has all type of money, but I think this is beyond being presidential. This is in my opinion. I know there were some statements made during while we were on break to say we don't know what happened beforehand. I hope nothing was out of line, but I think in this whole presidential race that everybody on both sides, Democratic and Republicans, have to be presidential, and there's a certain level of dignity and respect that has to be in a presidential race. And I think the Democrats, in this opinion, my opinion, and where everybody else's, have acted presidential during this, except the Republicans. Some have gone overboard, particularly Trump and Rubio really went overboard. So we're just going to open it up, and everybody's entitled to their opinion. Let's go. Let's give Calvin first shot.
Yeah, well, you know, I've seen the videos and everything, and I'll say this. When people are attacking you, unless you Jesus and you're going to turn the other cheek, most of us here, if somebody goes to swing at us, we'd probably swing back.
I would.
I mean, you know, we can sit here and say it's not presidential, but it's not presidential, it's not precedent that if you want to come to a rally and fight, they come to fight. They bust up on stage, disrupt the rally violently. This is not all peace and love as y'all portray it. If you don't like the man, fine. This is America. We got 1 million people in this country with 1 million different viewpoints, and Donald Trump just happened to be one. The reason why he's taking the hits is because he's winning. Nobody cares if he was in last place, it wouldn't be a problem. But the fact that his crowds are larger than everybody else's crowds, the fact that he wants to continue to do what he thinks right for his people, yes, he's angry. He said it today. I listened.
He's angry.
But
and
Jesus
so are the
said,
people.
be angry, but sin not. Anger is not a sin. There's nothing wrong with being angry about a particular matter.
But you don't think that he sets the stage with inflammatory language
Like what?
to incite folks.
What do you mean by that?
When you tell somebody, go and punch him in the face.
Well, wait a minute now. Only he said punch him back after they punched him.
I never heard in that clip. I never heard him say punch him back.
But
in the
you
clip,
seen that he
the
was.
legal fees.
See, listen.
He says,
you watched the
punch
clip.
him. I saw a couple of clips,
Right.
and I saw a couple of times where Donald
You just
Trump
missed it. It said the audience hit back.
So,
Hit back. That means
well,
somebody
the audience hit back because the people hit him.
That's right. You said it right.
No.
And the guy wasn't sucker punched. He was assaulted when he was walking up those stairs. He
Why-
was assaulted.
First of all,
listen,
look.
look at your guy here. He broke up on the stage. Then if somebody broke up on the stage with Hillary Clinton and just brushed in there a skinhead, Bozo was a skinhead that just ran up on the stage, jumped in her way, you wouldn't like that. But you condone this kind of behavior.
But Calvin,
because he's black.
people have
We
been
condone it because
protesting.
he's black.
People have been protesting for years, but there was no
Is that a
violence in there.
protest?
You see him walk on. Did he hit anybody?
Should you be able to have the right when you're at the state representative? You're giving
Should
a
you get
speech.
punched in the
Well,
face?
wait a minute. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
You're giving a speech. I should be able to run up on stage while you're trying to make a point and just take over your stage, push you out the way. And that's right.
That shouldn't happen, but
No,
the
that's right. It
But no,
shouldn't happen.
hold on. But you had the police there, and they would remove the person. It happens all the time. But what
not
Donald
waiting for the
Trump
police.
is saying is punch him in the face, kick him. Then he's even said this, Cal, I could stand in the middle of the street and shoot somebody, and my people will still support me. Come on now.
Let me just say this.
If you don't like him, you don't like him.
No, not just that.
He's not for everybody.
We're not talking about Ty. I'm not talking about like or dislike. I'm talking about when it becomes ugly, inflammatory language that incites folks. Now, here's what I think. First of all,
Political correct stuff. I'm not with it. But go ahead and say it.
this just where
This
I'm
will
at.
sound good to people out there, but
I
it's not real.
Well, let me
You guys know it ain't
let me
real.
tell you what's not real.
It's not real.
When you look
You
at
wouldn't do
look at
it.
this, look at
I
this.
wouldn't do it.
Look,
Shaheem wouldn't do it.
Well, look.
And listen, I've been around you guys.
Shaquem.
I've been around you guys. And I know you guys don't play that.
I'm not gonna let
This is
nobody-
television.
I'm not gonna
But
let
if we're gonna
nobody-
keep it real,
No,
I'm
we
gonna
are
keep it
keeping
real.
That's not the point. Let's look at it
Now,
historically.
we are keeping it real
I'm
because
not
we're
gonna sit here
saying.
and act like y'all gonna fold your hands.
No, but
We're
nobody
not
said
saying-
nobody.
That's not true.
No.
Y'all not gonna do that.
No,
Why
nobody
don't
said
we
nobody.
say
And I'm not
this?
gonna do
Why
it.
don't we tell the truth? There's an element out there that have proven themselves, right? And we don't know. We can't say it's that one, it's that one, it's that one, it's that one. But
On
we
both
see,
sides.
but we see their actions.
On both sides.
Look, Now, the folks who
On
were
both sides,
sicking
though, right?
dogs on us did not go into Martin Luther King's speeches and take him off stage, but they sucked dogs on him when they marched.
minute, that was the
And
police.
Look, but they sucked dogs on
you
them.
can't get-
People who, they also didn't go into the churches and run up on the pulpit and take the pulpit and beat up on the preacher, but they blew up churches. They bombed churches.
What are you saying? These are the same
Let's
people?
let
I'm
this
saying
young
it's
guy
the
get in
same-
here.
It's the same rhetoric.
Shaquem,
Oh, stop.
Ty,
Come on,
Ty.
Ty, man.
Let
That's a
Shaquem
stretch,
get in
man.
here.
And the people that done that was Lester Maddox, the Democratic governor. It was George Wallace, Bull Horn. All these were Democrats that sicked the dogs on the black people, that bombed the people that Malcolm X called the Dixiecrats in the 60s.
I'm
Now,
not
if you're
talking.
going-
I'm not talking
Well, don't- but
Democrat
don't just
or
make up half the
Republican.
story now.
I'm not talking
I read the
Democrat
book,
or
too.
Republican. I'm talking about that minority group that tends to attack the majority so that they can inflame
They wasn't the
them.
majority. They wasn't the minority.
Okay.
Donald Trump is a
Shaquem,
part of the
come on, jump in here.
1%.
Come on. You got
He's
something
the
to say.
billionaire.
I
ain't
want to
mad 'cause he
hear.
got money. You ain't mad, are you?
No.
No.
I'm not.
Would you
Cal,
like to
let
be
him
a
get in
billionaire?
here. Let him get in. I want to hear
Yeah,
what.
let him
Now,
get
Let's
in.
get
now
another
that's a
perspective.
stretch.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Honestly, they got a lot of mess on both sides, both Republican and Democrat. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be strictly honest. Democrats, that the little stuff that's going on between Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton, how they taking jabs at each other. Honestly, when you're thinking about running for a position like presidency, you have to really be very professional. And you have to make sure you know your stuff. And the thing is, Hillary and Bernie, they know some stuff, they don't know it all. And honestly, when you got both of them, they're both, powerhouses. They both have good voices. They both can reach a different crowd. Why not are you just taking advantage of what you have rather than trying to knock the other person down? That's all they're doing. That's what's going on between the Democrats.
Okay.
Republican, you got this one big clown that's at the top of the leaderboard who literally has nothing to offer us. He's failed in every last thing he tried to do. His university,
Hold it,
his
hold it,
bank,
Shaquem.
his
You say
casino.
he failed, but
he failed.
You
his
can't
marriages.
fail and be billionaire.
He
That's not a good. You can't be
When
a
money
failure.
is
Wait a minute.
given to you,
Wait a minute,
when
Shaquem.
money is
you
given
said,
to you.
nobody gave him $1 billion.
okay.
You said he failed.
Okay.
But he's got all these businesses that work. Now you can point
don't
out
work.
You can point out some of them that might have went under.
A lot.
But no, not a lot.
Okay.
He's made more money on his own than the average person. So that statement you make about being a failure, that's not accurate.
I didn't say he was a failure. I said things
You
he
said he
done.
failed.
Well,
He-
say a lot. Well,
a lot of
things
things he has
have
done.
failed,
Well,
like
I
his
like to
airline,
fail like that.
his,
I like
his
to
liquor
fail like
line,
Trump.
his that university failed.
First of all,
Okay, well, he
But
failed
the
in
thing
the
is,
first.
you
if we're
can't
gonna
fail
have-
like Trump because you don't have
Trump money.
No,
He didn't
you
start
need the
off with a
complexion.
He is a billionaire,
He
but
started
being a
off with
billionaire.
complexion,
It's
you
hard
need
to
the
make a billion.
connection, you need the protection, and you need the collection.
I want to go back to one thing Cal said, just to make sure we're clear. I couldn't find in any of those things where the protesters hit anybody. When you find that, I want to bring it back next week. When you find it, we'll play those
I
tapes.
apologize.
Why go to
I will
why go to
apologize
something you don't
publicly.
like?
Well, that's both
I'm
people
not
have
saying- but I'm
First
just saying,
Amendment
why
rights.
go? You know what?
Martin Luther King and
Is he in too?
Okay, hold on.
Hold on, come
Look,
on.
so
I got the
ain't get everybody. Hold on.
I feel like Donald Trump here now. I got the
No,
producer and
but
You gonna
he
pay
not even
somebody
on
to
the
say
show.
this?
Cal, when that young guy was leaving where he was protesting at,
Yep.
and the 78-year man assaulted him. I'm not saying it's a sucker punch. He hit him. What right does he have to do that?
No right.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, hold on.
No right.
And tell me
But you
why.
can't
Why
blame
is he
it on
still?
Trump
But why
because
is
No,
you
no,
do
but-
something.
Why is the 78-year-old man still locked
There he is
up
right there. Check it
after
out, right
Donald
here.
Trump said he was going to
Look
pay
at that.
his
That's
legal
an
fees.
assault. Watch
Okay.
this. Watch it. He's walking up the stairs. Look at that. What? You
Did
know
he
what?
hit him?
I'm gonna tell you what
Did he
happened.
hit
there.
him?
Is that
Let me
Trump's
tell you
fault?
what. Let me
Did he
tell you
hit
what I
him?
blame on Trump.
Yes.
I blame
Y'all-
Trump.
y'all is
Trump
crazy,
is,
man.
No,
Y'all-
he's
y'all is
inciting that.
ridiculous.
Cal, he
I
is
can't believe
inciting
you would
that.
say
He's
that.
encouraging it.
He is. He's saying punch him. You can't
I'll
go.
pay your legal
You know what it
fees.
is?
What is it?
Nobody cares about
Okay.
the loser.
But the thing
Okay.
is,
No, here's the problem. Here's
All
the
right.
problem with the whole thing. The problem is he's winning. His crowds are enormous.
He got
He's-
big
he's
crowds, I
raking
give
in-
him that.
He's raking in a lot of money, and the people hate the guy on top, just like Steph Curry. When everybody plays the Warriors, they bring the A game, they want to hit him, but he just keep knocking them threes in on him. And the Republicans are bitter because they bought out the so-called front runners, the civil people. And the civil people didn't win. So now they down to the last straw. And the guy that wasn't supposed to win, the guy that wasn't supposed to get no votes, the guy that was non-skilled at political strategy is now winning.
Is he your guy, Cal?
And they hate him.
I don't know if he is or not. I'm just saying, is he your guy?
Right now,
Is he your
if,
guy?
if it came down to voting for all the people that's left in this race, Democrat and Republican, I'm voting for Donald Trump.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Fine.
That's
So,
definitely-
so
Let me
pretty
let me
much-
just ask this one
That's
question.
my vote.
And David Duke voting for Trump.
Look, let me do this.
Do you respect Lindsey Graham?
Well, I respect him, but I don't agree with him all the time.
Okay.
What about Mitt
But you-
Romney?
But you
You like
personally
him?
agree.
Mitt Romney lost.
He lost.
And he's
He
a
did.
sore loser because he couldn't go as far as Trump. He wouldn't get
That's-
the
I
kind
agree
of
with that.
crowds.
I agree
and
with
now
you.
he wants to beat down Trump.
I agree with you. See, I'm with you. I'm
If
with you.
If you
I'm with you
lost,
on that.
you're out, baby. You just lost.
But I'm gonna tell you, Donald Trump has topped out at 36%.
We said that.
He will not win the presidency. I can tell. That's my
Hold
opinion.
on.
I don't have
Pretty
a
much.
That's what Lindsey Graham said.
Pretty-
Well,
Lindsey Graham said.
Lindsey made 1 week as running for president.
Well,
the
we
loser always go. You know what that's like?
What's that?
I had a guy come to tell me about marriage.
Uh-huh.
Now he'd been married about 3 years.
We got about 3 minutes because we're gonna
I
talk
got
sports.
I got 34 years.
3 years.
I didn't want to hear nothing from you. You can't tell me about marriage till you stay married past 3 years.
Right.
So
What'd he
Lindsey
say to
Graham,
you?
till you can make 6 months in the campaign, how you gonna tell me that I'm winning?
Do you like Kasich?
I do like Kasich.
You like Kasich? I like Kasich too.
Yeah,
I
you
think
like
he's
him 'cause
reasonable.
He's a guy y'all could just run over top of. Everybody like the soft shoe guy. You don't like no. They don't like this like Ali.
Come on, we got
They
3
didn't like
minutes.
Ali
Stay here.
because Ali talked trash to
Okay.
him and then beat him up at
See,
the same
this is
time.
just a prelude to what's going to
Yeah.
come the next week.
This the
Next
new
week,
Republican
because
Party.
we building
We
up to
punching
the
back this
campaign,
year.
and I want you to bring those other scared Republicans
He
on, like
outnumbered.
Copeland and them.
He
Go ahead.
outnumbered. But anyway, if this is gonna be my last remark, at least for the night. Pretty much, Donald Trump is not gonna win. If y'all know any words of prayer, please pray that Donald Trump does not win.
Right.
I'm just
why?
And get out and
please.
vote. Get out and
Yes,
vote.
get out and
so
vote.
he
Hold-
doesn't
Hey,
win.
But
right.
the thing is, Reverend Brown, I just want to, I honestly admire you for even getting on TV talking about Trump going
Why
to win.
wouldn't I?
Because the thing is, it's
I'm-
like
I'm
he
from
said,
the hood.
Hitler
Y'all act
in
like I'm from
2017.
Greenville. Y'all like I'm from Greenville.
2017.
I grew up in Riverside. Y'all can't tell me nothing about this here. You too
Look,
young.
I'm
to
in
know
South
about
Bridge.
Tough times.
Look, tough
You
times.
come up with
Look,
food stamps
look,
and free lunch. You don't know nothing about no hard times.
Hey, look, what we're
You
going to
can't talk to me
do,
about that.
we're going to be
I got
really
children
getting
older than
into
you.
the presidential election and other races. And you mentioned that tomorrow night there's going to be a debate about the mayor's race tomorrow.
Tomorrow night is it's Super Tuesday tomorrow night, and at the Grand Opera House, I think it's News Journal is doing the debate, and 6 candidates will be there.
And so people
at
should get out.
6:30. They should get out. They
many
should
hear what
get
they-
out.
at least hear
Just
what they got
at
to
least
say.
hear what they
Yeah.
have.
You might not like what they
many
got
are
to
there?
say, but you got to come out and hear it.
6
You
gonna
got
be
to
there.
hear it.
How many
And
candidates total? are there?
I don't know how many candidates.
I think you
know
had about
it's
7 or 8
I thought it
people.
was 7 or 8.
7 or 8,
total.
and maybe more, what I'm told.
Maybe more.
Everybody
So-
wants to run for mayor. I guess anybody better than the one we got now. But
I wouldn't
No.
say that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that. Everybody not better than the mayor we got now. Everybody not better.
people think they can be
Well,
until
yeah.
they get the job.
Well, that's why you got a
They
lot
can-
running. So
Yeah,
we
they got a lot-
lot
you gotta
running.
make your own
You
decision.
got to
They
make
can
your
think
decision.
what they want. They can do what they want. That's why it's called a democracy.
That's right. And
And
you go out
as
and hear what
long
they
as
had
you
to
do
What
say.
made y'all feel that way about the mayor's race? But y'all wasn't talking that civil when it was Donald Trump.
Yes,
Well,
I
you know,
was.
Donald
Can he
Trump,
be up?
he has a right to run, but Cal, the things I don't like about him is how he insinuates, and he says he directs his people to say some things with his cold language, and he does it all the time.
language.
That's what he has.
It's,
What
and
we're
it's
going to do
inflammatory.
is very rated. Look, we got to go over and hear what our sportscaster has to say. So we're going to switch on over to Ed, who's one of the best sportsmen in the world.
That's
Listen at him.
Ed Conk. Ed Conk. You know, Conk.
All right.
Conk. Ed got his Conk.
You're on.
Trump
All right.
about his birth.
All right, welcome to the sports section of the show. First, I want to say, I want to start the show off by saying happy birthday to my sister, Regina Johnson Brassford Wilson. She got so many last names I can't even count them. Can't even remember what her last name is. But I still love her to death. She's my sister, and I love you to death. The other thing I want to say is there's no way in hell I'm going to vote for no Donald Trump.
Thank you.
If he was the last man on this earth, I would not vote for him because of some of the things that he does. It's just too much violence going on in his rallies, and we trying to get rid of the violence for him to be president of the United States. I think we'd be in complete turmoil if he was the president of the United States. Okay, go on to sports. I want to congratulate the young women of Ursuline who defeated Stanford for the basketball championship Friday night, the women's basketball championship, the young women's. This is a close-up of the Ursuline women. Not only did they repeat as champions of the state for the second straight year, however, they won their 16th championship. Congratulations.
Alrighty.
On the men's side, Mixie Dixon led Stanford past the St. George's for the title of the Young Men's Basketball Championship. And I want to congratulate them to both them programs. You did a very good job, and congrats again. Now, free agency in the NFL has started, and there's plenty of veterans been moving around. The Philadelphia Eagles, they are just cleaning house, and very well they probably should after the season that they had last year. They traded 3 of their best players. DeMarco Murray went to the Tennessee Titans. Byron Maxwell went to the Miami Dolphins. And Mark Sanchez went to the Denver Broncos, and who announced him as their starting quarterback today. And I was kind of baffled as to that. They don't know what they're getting themselves into with this. This guy couldn't even, I don't know what they looking at, but Mark Sanchez is just not a good quarterback, and I wonder how long that's going to last. Okay, another big signing was former Bengals Mohamed Sanu, who went to Atlanta, and Marvin Jones, who went to Marvin Jones. He went to I don't know where he went, but he went to a big name, and Cincinnati. Mohamed Sanu is going to join Jones in Atlanta, and let me tell you something. They're going to have a pretty good team next year with him joining the team. Okay, March Madness is upon us, and I've never seen the men's field so wide open as it is right now. Villanova was #1 in the country for part of the year, and I tell you, I just can't pick a winner in the men's side. I just don't know what's going to happen there, and a lot of people are going to have their brackets busted up pretty early in this one. I guarantee it, because this thing is so wide open that we don't know who's going to win this. The women's side. The amazing UConn women who have not lost a game in over 3 years. It's just totally amazing. They're poised to win their 4th straight championship, and I believe they will. Good luck to them, and also good luck to the rest of the field, but I don't believe you have a chance. The team I saw playing. The NBA. The 76ers prize rookie, Jahlil Okafor, will miss the rest of the season to knee surgery. The Sixers will probably do just as awful without him because they are not doing well with him. Okay, on the other side of the spectrum, the Golden State Warriors are now 59-6. If they go 13-4 the rest of the season, they will tie the Chicago Bulls for the best record ever in the NBA. If they go 14-3, they will set the all-time mark, and I believe they will do it. They look very good. Stephon Curry, a lot of people don't like him, as Cal mentioned that, but he keeps on raining those threes on you, man. It's hard to stop. He rains threes from everywhere. This cat can hit the ball from passing into him from 10 feet on the court, and he can bomb it in on you. You better be careful with him because I think he's going to take you out. I think we're going to see a repeat champion as well as a new record set for the best record in the NBA. The only other thing I want to say is the San Antonio Spurs, they're 3.5 games behind the Golden State Warriors, and with the addition of Dee Aldridge from Portland and David West from Indiana, they are a very strong team. However, I believe that the Warriors will repeat, and I think Cleveland will come out of the East. Okay, let's wrap this up and take that back over to Ty, Charles, and my good friend Cal.
Well, we're going to just say, bottom line, we're going to keep it hot and heavy because it gets that section, that's crazy, and all the news you need to use right here on the bottom line. And we'll be back next Monday, and we're going to be talking some politics. Cal's gonna bring some help. He needs some help. We can't all be against
I'm
him.
doing pretty good
We're not
against
all
y'all.
gonna be against
I got
him.
Joe.
We Cal.
I got
And
Joe,
guess
the
what we gonna
sportsman,
do?
and the producer chiming in.
We gonna hey Cal, guess what we're gonna do?
We tough
We're gonna give you,
Republicans.
we're gonna give you the last word because this is the last word Trump gonna be having.
Well,
so go ahead.
I tell you what, tomorrow, Ohio, if Trump wins Florida and Ohio, they might well just get a Trump hat.
No,
and
they're
come
gonna,
on with us.
they're gonna go to a convention. What you gonna do when they're gonna take it from you?
They're
You're
not
going
gonna
up
do
there and protest, aren't you?
No,
You'll be right
they're
up there,
gonna-
huh?
they're not gonna do that.
They're gonna take it from you.
Because that would be the end of the Republican Party.
It's done already.
No, it's not done.
Yeah, they're done.
You can't. Why take it from me? This is what black people
You're
complain
gonna-
about.
you're gonna need
I
to
won
lose.
something fair and square, and you take it from me.
You gonna need to lose now or later. Which one you want?
You know who don't want him to win? The Democrats, and I know why. They don't want to face him. Nobody wants to face Steph Curry.
No, the longer he's in, the longer he's in there, the more hate and hate and hate. Well, tell him call his friend, what's his name, David Dukes, and they can go on vacation.
KKK.
Stay
Hey,
tuned for
George
straight,
Wallace is
I was
with-
going to say straight
George
talk.
Wallace
Stay
is
tuned
Democrat
for the
now,
bottom line.
and the black people let him come to church.
And we'll catch you next week. And back next week, we're going to allow all those women to come back on the show.
All right.
Yeah,
Hey,
can we-
no,
should
no,
we?
no, no,
Should we?
no,
I don't know. We
no.
got to think. We got to
No,
take a
hey,
vote.
look,
Yeah.
I'm not
all in
with
favor,
them.
all in favor of
You don't-
all
you don't-
Nicole,
you don't
Abundance,
allow them women to do
Deneen,
nothing. I'm not with
Brittany,
them.
and Renee
I'm
come
not
back
with
on.
them.
Raise
I'm
their
not with
hand.
them.
Ain't nobody gonna raise their hand.
I want them back.